If you've ever used the red flag assessments in Client Track, you may have come across the issue that the data you enter doesn't show up in some of the reports that Client Track has. So for this example, I have completed a red flag employment assessment for my client, but when I run an employment report, I don't see the information that I put in that red flag assessment. So here's the issue. The red flag assessment is not actually attached to the master assessment. You can find your client's master assessments by clicking on the Assessments menu option. Here we see the entry assessment with the same date for my client. Click on the blue action button next to the assessment, and let's go ahead and view the client's related assessments. There are blue check marks next to each of the assessments that I've completed. However, you can see that there isn't a blue check mark next to the employment assessment. Let's go ahead and fix that. The first thing we'll need to do is go back to the red flag assessment. Click on the pencil next to the assessment you want to edit. You'll notice near the top of the assessment, we see a magnifying glass and it says no assessment selected. If we click on that magnifying glass, Client Track pops up a search box. We can search by assessment date or assessment type. For this example, I'm just going to go ahead and select search. When you do this, Client Track is going to pull up all of your client's master assessments. Select the master assessment that you want to tie the red flag assessment to, and you should immediately see a green box that will indicate the master assessment. Once you're done, select Save. Let's go back and check my client's master assessment now. Now we see that the employment assessment has a check next to it. If we go into that assessment, we'll see the exact information that I put into the red flag assessment. So I know they've been successfully tied together. And when I go back and run the employment report, I can see that that information is now showing for my client. I hope this clears up how to attach red flag assessments to your master assessments. When you are adding information to your client about employment, education, and health, it is easier to put that information in the master assessment to begin with. And I recommend doing that over creating individual red flag assessments. Thanks for watching.